Hi everyone, this is Colin, the bowling psychologist. Today we have another guest on our channel. He is a parent of a bowler in the National Development Squad. Let's hear from him. Hi Kelvin, thanks for
I
accepting the interview. Maybe for
Sure.
everyone here, maybe you want to share a little bit about yourself and your children.
All right. I used to be a ex-police officer, and currently a consultant, business consultant, and I help businesses to grow, running my own consultancy firm. Of course, there are other small little businesses that we run as well. Spin off from the consultancy firm. Now, the family side, well, 4 kids. Eldest is 20, youngest is 10. Eldest is currently Temasek Poly, captains of the Temasek bowling team. One woman graded third position, lost in the step ladder, and was novice first runner up. Novice first runner up. Son and my number 3, both of them are in sports school. Number 4 just picked up bowling. Just had a maiden competition in the recent NAG. All 4 of them are into bowling. The one that performed in a more recognition stage will be my son, currently in the NDS National Development Squad. He is 20 minus 3, 17. Number 3 is 17 minus 3 is 14. Youngest 10. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's all about my family.
And it sounds really fun that a lot of people in your home is into bowling and you're also into bowling yourself.
I'll share with you the story if you don't mind.
Sure.
It all happens in a trip in a trip home lah. So my kids, my eldest daughter picked up bowling because of my brother, who one day brought them to bowling, and some rather she fell in love in bowling, and because of that she took up private coaching, brought the whole family there to see her bowl. Son got interested and he also went in. So in primary school, they are either captains of the team or they are in the main team in bowling. So somehow or other it just caught on. But I didn't know anything about bowling. Back then I wasn't even into bowling. I don't even know what is 15 pound, 14 pound. I don't even know what is 5 steps. Yeah, so it all came back one day when my son actually on the way home, I think he was in sec 1 or sec 2, I think early sec 1, he was sec 1, late sec 1, early sec 2, around then. So I was driving him home one day. He speak to me and said that, you know what, I'm in sports school. I said, yeah, I know you're in sports school. I just drove you back from there. And you know what, I have an issue. I said, okay, speak, what's the issue? Too many girlfriend or what? No. My scores. Okay, what happened to your scores? I'm always hovering around 220, 210. I can never cross over the 220 something. So, being a coach myself, but not in the sports. I'm a career coach, life coach, but I'm just not a sports coach. So I spoke to him. I said, okay, so you need to know what is technical, what is tactical, and what's environment. All right, then you know how to overcome all this. So I share with him, oh, your technical skill must be there, then you must be tactical, knows when what to use and how to use it, your mental strength must be there. Then you also must look at the environment of the condition of the ball, condition of lane, which I knew nothing about it. So after I finished my whole 15 minutes of I think I know what to do of addresses to him, he says this, that you don't even know how to bowl. How can you teach me all this? Oh, that's it. I said, okay, you give me 1 year, I'll beat your score. What's your score now? My score highest is 220 something. I said, okay, you give me that score. 1 year later, I'll beat you. I'll beat your score in the lane. So after hearing this, I cannot, this kind of thing cannot. I need to beat his score. So I went on to coach, to learn how to play bowling in the private coaching together with the rest of my children. My number 3, number 4. So went to learn how to play. So about half a year later, in front of the whole family, including my son, I bowled a high of 272.
Wow.
That silenced him in half a year. I managed to catch it, and I managed to bowl that score, and then that silenced it. But it didn't last long. Okay, in about 6 months later from then, he participated in NAG, and I think he was playing under 18 or under 21. He did a perfect score 300. Then he came back and said that you can come and pick me up. Okay, yeah, I can come and pick where are you now? Okay, Oh yeah, but then I complete the game. Yeah, I know you complete the game, so I come and pick up. No. I complete the game. English, I have a perfect score. I said, wow, congratulations. The moment I pick him up, he come up to the car, he told me this. When is your perfect score coming? So after 2 years of learning how to bowl, I didn't manage to get any perfect score. So what's the next best step? I'm going to pick up how to become a bowling coach. And that's where I met you guys in the RP, doing all the VIP
Coach
and all
SG,
the
right? Yeah.
Coach SG, yeah. And then I went into the technical part, and then I become a level 1 coach. So I can talk to my children now, okay, when do you hook, when do you let it glide, how do you extend the glide and so on. So this is how it actually caught on. Other than that, seriously, you ask me about bowling, back then, I'm really not a coach. I don't even know how to bowl. It only caught up because of a challenge for my son. Yeah.
And I think that moment of him getting that 300 was really a proud moment for you, lah. Like it's an achievement in the sense for him.
I wasn't even there.
But I mean, when he told you, when he told you, there must
I
be.
don't feel it.
Yo.
I don't feel it. You know when I actually feel proud? When I go to the bowling alley, right? Everybody knows me and my son and my children are all in the bowling arena. So they say, hey, your son got 300. I say, yeah, I know. Hey, your son got 300. Yeah, I know. Everybody like, oh, your son got 300. Yeah, I know. That is the part, wow, I feel good. Yeah. That's the real thing. Then of course he went into the annual skill assessment, the ASA for the bowlers. Then whether he can go to elite, advanced, and so on. So these are all the points that I say, son, sports is a very cruel thing. It's not infinite, it's finite. You will win if your score is high. You lose because you are one pin lesser than that. You just lose. You cannot go to the person and say, hey, you know what? Just now I turned my hand too much. That's why the ball overhooked. Can we restart and play again? No, sports is cruel. So you just have to do your best every time. So now this has been my son thing. So he always want to be a perfect bowler and want to have the fantastic score. So it's now into him. So his aim, he came back to me. Now he's in sports school IB year 1. So he told me this year or next year, if he doesn't get to national team, he got nowhere to train. He cannot just stay where he is. So he will die here to try for national team this year. Yeah, upon hearing this, I feel okay. This boy knows what he wants. So not so bad. Yeah.
At least that is a goal that he set for himself, at least for this year, to hopefully get into the national team, and with that, a lot of support coming from the family, and I guess there it also sounds like there's a lot of bonding within the family as well because of bowling as well. With yourself starting to bowl, and and your children also doing bowling as well. But I guess in this journey, are there any examples of like difficult moments where you or your family experience in this journey where you're trying to support him and support your other children as well in their bowling?
Definitely there is there will be barriers, because after all I'm their dad. So to them, when talking to dad, there's always a high resistance. Being a career coach, so I also help my children to charter their career journey and so on. I tell you, it's a difficult thing to do because I'm a dad. When we do external coaching for anybody that I do not know, it's so easy. Whatever you say, they say, yeah, yeah, you're right. But when you come to our children, they were like, sure or not? Can or not? Really? Sure? So same goes with bowling. Sometimes, when we talk about mental strength, I actually, like what I share, I'm not a bowler. I'm actually a basketball player. So in basketball, the adrenaline must rush. Your muscle must be tight. Then when you jump is high. When you go for the ball is fast. So in our mental is, I'm going to play this game like the last game I'm going to play in my life. So that is the mental stage for a basketball player. But for coaching, but for bowling, it's not like that. You cannot be like that. My son shared with me, he said, no, that's not right for bowling. It's good for you for a basketball player to do that. But for bowling, the mental strength is also different. We need to be cool, calm, collected. You may hit a low, but you must know how to pick yourself up by being cool, calm, and not play like this is your last game. It doesn't work this way. I was like, okay, all right, okay, share with me how do you do. Then the whole thing comes up. But before that, kids nowadays has always been replacing comma with full stop. Whatever they say is that short statement, but in front, behind, there are other elements. If you don't explore, that's it. 2 weeks ago, my son came back and told me, Dad, are you a soft skill trainer? I said, I used to be a soft skill trainer. Why? Oh, because my teacher asked me to pick up, to learn more soft skill. So inside your heart is like, yo, this boy must be a boy without empathy. Jialat. Teacher also must ask you go and learn soft skill, finish. I said, okay, lor, can lor. I will help you. What soft skill you need? Then I start talking to you. So then I teach him all the required objective of soft skill, and you choose what you want that I teach you. So that is full stop already. The next day, in a car, we were just talking. And I said, maybe you should impart some of your skill to your koko. Your koko need to improve in soft skill. The teacher say so. So my number 3 is those butterfly can talk to anybody type. Then my son just stopped me and said, Dad, actually no. I said, huh? What do you mean no? My teacher says that I need to learn more soft skills, which is because she finds that I have a natural capability of being a leader. So they want to enhance my part on this. That's why they want me to pick up soft skill. I'm going to be in the ESCO of the council, quote unquote, secondary school prefects.
Yep.
I said, oh, why you never tell me the whole story and you replace your comma with your full stop? And then the rest, the front and the back, leave us dangling and guessing. But they're some kids. So we just need to go and talk to them. We don't expect them to be like how we behave in the past, how we will go and tell the parents. No. All right. Sometimes you'll find out more about them through Facebook, Instagram, and whatever, rather than talking to them. Sportsman journey has always been tough. If it's easy, it's not for you. If it is hard, it's for us to try. And if you have chosen this journey, make full use of it. Don't waste your time here. So that's how they've been brought in this manner. To always try, and journey is chosen by you, not us. I didn't force you. You are the one who called sports school to say you want to come to sports school. So there's nothing much I can do. You chose it. I only support the decision. So that's about the tough moment that you will say that we had.
I mean my children are not as old as yours, so I can't definitely say I experienced the same thing. But hearing from your stories, I guess I do feel that you definitely have to put in a lot in terms of that communication with your children, in terms of supporting them as well. And I guess it also sounds like family support, as a whole, is very important. Especially, for example, for your son working towards being in the national team.
Yes, definitely. Being not just support, the growing up journey through sport is also very different. How you react and how you actually behave actually is a very deep reflection of how your children will behave in the very near future. I share with you one example. I technically saw or saw this incident. A parent, a sports athlete, not from sports school, some other schools, she bowled the first ball, hit the pin, and left 9 pins down, left 1 pin wobbling. So the pin setter come down, hit the pin, pin fall. So this pin is not considered a fallen pin, so it's being replaced up.
Yep.
But the sports athlete doesn't seem to know the rules, make a lot of noise, and but the rest of the teammates try to explain to her. She says that, you know, you are all against me. The mom comes into the picture and said, no, it shouldn't be. It should be considered a strike. And talk to the coach. The coach tried to explain the rule to her. She don't understand. She insists to appeal. She insists to talk to the organizing com, and it just doesn't work. So this makes the girl feel that, you know, the whole world is against her. It should be a strike. So it really reflects on how you behave. Your children will reflect upon you. And at the same time, I've always felt that whatever the school will be doing is always for the best of the kids, regardless whether you're in sports school, in any other schools. So I will not question the decision of the coach or the school, but I will be playing a very supportive role towards what he or she wants. How much a coach can coach your child, it all depends not on the capability of the coach, not on the parents, rather on the sports athlete themselves. Do they have the ability and do they have that capability to ask, how can I do better? If you go there just to train for the sake of being there to train, then you are just wasting your time. Parents is not about ferrying them there. After you ferry them there, after you finish the game, ask them, so how? How was the game? If the children tell you, I don't know why I do so bad, then that's not the answer I want. I want to hear answers like, you know, that game I should have do more what? I should have changed the ball earlier. These are solutions that I want to hear. I said that is good because I don't want to hear excuses, or I don't want to hear things that, you know, I just don't know. The ball just don't work for me. The lane is so funny. No, this is not what I hear. I want to hear is, you know what? The previous player used a urethane ball. I shouldn't have gone for the other ball. I should have used the other line and play other line so that, you know, the oil that he bring along or scattered or plot over the lane, I won't be affected. Yeah, I want to hear this answer. I want to hear how you want to solve the next thing. These are things that as parents, we need to know how to ask the right question. If you don't, and you behave as though the school owes you a living, you think that your son is number one in the school or your children is number one in the school, and you want the school to do everything for him or her, I think wrong approach. The children will be like bring out with the nose in the air. So that's not something that we need to do, but we need to support them by asking them the right question. Then let them think. Then they will know how to reflect on themselves.
Yeah, definitely. To allow them to grow in a very reflective manner, and because with that, then they will develop themselves further, and parents to be that role model, right? To kickstart that process with them. I think that this is very insightful. Definitely good tips that I can use with my own children as well. Yeah.